Hey, what's going on, brother? My name is Richard Lonsberry. I am a professional relationship and men's performance coach. What you're about to watch is a video I made on how to regain control over your life and your marriage. Enjoy. How do we take control of our life and our marriage? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to understand the nature of control. And we have to draw a fine line. Epictetus teaches us, he's a famous Stoic from back in the day. He teaches us to identify what we can and cannot control. So the process of identification is the clue that he leaves, that a lot of the great thinkers of our time have left us. And that in and of itself is empowering. Why? Because you're able to see what you can and what you can't control. And what it does is it creates awareness. That awareness is what then returns you from getting stuck in the prison of your mind, okay? And it brings you back to choice. What Viktor Frankl, the writer of Man's Search for Meaning, he called the last of the human freedoms. Think about what that means for a second. The last of the human freedoms. But this is somebody who got everything stripped away from him. Wife, dead. Kids, dead. Friends, dead. Family, dead. All killed by the Nazis. And he's working like a dog in a concentration camp. He was still able to arrive at that one insight in the midst of all of his pain. He found purpose. And that purpose was to share in this powerful, empowering truth. That you take everything away from a man, everything that he's ever loved, everything that he identifies as. You take away his career, you take away his dignity, you take away his clothes, you take away everything that he thinks makes up his identity, that makes up who he is. And he's left with one thing: the ability to choose. That alone is the best news that I could possibly hear. I am someone who lost everything as well. I very much identified with what Viktor Frankl's story. Not that the Nazis came and they took away all of my shit, but I lost custody of my children. I lost my home out of fear. I lost my partner. I lost my car. I got sideswiped by an 18-wheeler. I was homeless in the streets of Los Angeles for the better part of 2 years. Until just recently. And in the midst of all of that, everything that I felt made up Richard Lonsberry was taken from me. And the only thing I had left to do was to choose. Who am I? What do I really want? What am I going to do now? That was the beginning of it. I started there, and then I ended up really internalizing what over the Temple of Delphi in ancient Greece are the two most important words in the English language: know thyself Know thyself. And so when I ask the question as simple as, who am I start to explore what is going on within me. What is the I? Who is that? Who is Richard? Starting to excavate, starting to, right? Just, you start digging, start looking in the mirror, and you start getting quiet, shutting everything out. Being still. Okay. I am the energy that thinks. I am the awareness that feels. I'm not the feeling. I'm not the thought. I'm not the belief. I'm not the circumstance. I can't identify with the circumstance. I'm not the label that was given to me from something outside of myself. So what then, pray tell, am I? Consciousness, awareness. I'm so much bigger than whatever it is that I'm experiencing. In fact, I get to choose what I am experiencing. Well, how do I do that? By taking control, okay, of what? I can't control the outside world. I can't control these two people walking down the street. I can't control this asshole who's gonna be revving his engine. I can't control my wife. Lord knows. Can't control her. Can't control my kids. Unless I just want to be a tyrant and just rule with an iron fist. What then can I control? I can control me. I can control how I think. I can control what I say. I can control how I feel. I can control what I do. I can choose. I can leverage the last of the human freedoms. And I can choose what kind of life I want to live. And as a result of that, I actually end up becoming a creative force in my life rather than a reactive one. Rather than feeling like I'm scattering all over the place and life is just happening to me and I don't have any control over any of it. Well, guess what? I have control over how I respond to life. Not just how I respond to life, but I can be an active force in it. You see, the universe is indifferent to your plight, but it is reactive to your will, which is a really pretentious and fancy way of saying that the universe doesn't have an agenda, but it reflects back who you are and what you do. And so, first step into reclaiming control of your life and your relationship is by returning back to you, shedding all of the masks, making the decision to reclaim control of your internal world. This is Sparta, but this is also mindset work. It's not just in the mind. Mindset work is taking stock. Number one, we got to become aware. Number two, taking control of our internal world, shifting our perspective, and choosing our experience. That is reclaiming your personal power and returning back to your ability to create the life that you want instead of simply reacting to what is. You have so much more power than you even know or even aware of. But it all starts with taking back control of what you can control, which is you. An exercise that you can do to really map this out and make it real for you. So you have your notebook right down the middle, right? On this side, you write down what you can't control. Over here, you write down what you can control. Write it all down. Let your mind go nuts. Write down everything that is happening in your life right now. Everything that bothers you, everything that is driving you nuts, everything that is pissing you off, wife, kids, home, bills, work, job, career, the president, the new president, the person who wants to be president, Republicans, Democrats, all of it. Everything, all of this stuff. Everything that grinds your gears. And over here, write down what you can control. This will return you back to awareness. It'll return you back to choice. And then it'll put you at the driver's seat. So what are you going to do now? Return to choice. Take back control. And watch your life change.